All right, real quick. So if you're in a Facebook ad, you're trying to do a Facebook ad, and you're like specifically to real estate, you're trying to figure out what interest to target. I've got this question a few times, and I just want to show people the proper interest to target. So I have the document over here that I usually refer to, and this is a document that I've built out over the years of my experience and working with people. Now, something I want to share, like you'll see over here in this document. Um, Sometimes depending on your market, like everyone's market and everyone's strategy is going to vary, so there's no one size fits all. If you see here, I have this section, it's called no interest, and then I have a little note here. If you're in a small population, in some cases you may choose no interest targeting and let the Facebook algorithm do its magic. So in some cases you might be better off doing no interest. In some cases you might be better off doing buyer interest. You might be better off doing loan interest. And then we got up here, we got seller interest. All these interests are available, and you can use all of these interests to, target on who you want to hone in on who you want to target. So I teach this to real estate agents and real estate investors across the country, and people are like, who should I target? And it's really going to vary depending on your marketing plan and depending on your objectives, right? So over here, like we have real estate portal interest, and this would target people that have visited these websites. They have cook pixels and things installed on those websites, and Facebook knows that, so they give you an option to target those specific people. These are the real estate interests that you would target. If we come over here, so I'm going to minimize that a little bit. I'm going to minimize my document, and I'm going to go over here to the Facebook campaign, a Facebook example campaign that I have open, and where you want to target and specify your objective is. No, first you kind of want to. I already selected my objective. You can see here that's the campaign level, and I'm doing lead generation. So there are a few options, and this is where I said it's going to vary on your marketing strategy. If you're just trying to increase awareness, you might not necessarily need to target these specific interests. But the most common thing that we do as real estate agents, real estate investors, real estate professionals is we like to generate leads. So I selected that lead generation campaign, right? I'm going to go over to the ad set, and you should kind of know what an ad set is by now. Normally, what I like to do is I like to target with instant forms. Some people create website links and visits where they want you to visit their websites. I like to do forms. That is what's working for me in my business. So I have forms selected. But here is where the interests matter, right? You come down and you select this audience thing, this audience option, and this is where you begin to target. So you would come in here, and this is an old campaign. I targeted like in Philadelphia. I targeted Montgomery County, and then I targeted around my specific address, my old address. So I'm gonna just eliminate those and move it to the United States, and I'm gonna do um, my area. I'm going to target the entire Philadelphia just for the sake of this video to make things just a little simple. So I'm going to scroll back down and search locations. I'm going to do Philadelphia. I'm going to do. I'm just going to do the city of Philadelphia. I'm not going to choose the DMA. So I'm going to do the city of Philadelphia, and I don't want to do the radius. I want to do the entire city. So I'm going to eliminate that. And I want to do people living in or recently in that location. Search location, Philadelphia. I'm going to select the city. And I'm just going to leave that. If you need to modify this to a certain mile or radius, you can do that. So I'm going to leave it. I don't want to waste your time. Um, and here's where the interests matter. So here's where you target. And depending on what your objective is, you're going to want to target and add in specific target interests, right? So over here, we have sellers, we have real estate portal interest, we've got loan interest, and then we've got no interest. This is where the targeting matters, and you can come in here and whatever whoever you need to target, you can come in here and you can kind of type in who you need to target. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate all of these options that I've have in here. I'm going to click them all out, so it starts from like a blank slate. So normally when you come in and you're trying to target specific people, there are no interests here. And you kind of have to, we select category as real estate professionals. So we're not allowed to target behaviors or demographics, but we're still allowed to target interests. So if people have specific interests, like these interests over here on the left screen, you can target those people. What I normally do is I just come in and I copy, and then I go and I paste all of those interests here, but you can type them in one by one. If you kind of want this document, I'll post a link in the description description so you can get that document. It'll be a link to my course, and the course shows you how to generate leads using from every level, from the campaign level, the everything that you need to generate Facebook leads using Facebook marketing. That's in the course. So I usually come over and I copy and paste these things. You don't have to copy and paste, and you might not be interested in the course. You can just watch this video and you can type these interests in. So for specifically, let's just say I wanted to target real estate buyers. So these are buyer interests. I would type all of these in, or in my case, I can just copy and I can go over to the interests over here and I can just paste. So I do a control V, and once I paste that in, all of my interests are now in here, and then I can begin to target those specific people. So you see over here, I targeted Philadelphia. Over here, Facebook is kind of giving me my audience definition. So by those interests, I'm going to target 900,000 people, and um, I'm going to target 900,000 people, and my ads will run to those people. The placements, normally I tell people there's a specific way you want to run placements. A lot of people do automatic, and automatic can work, but I typically like to do manual. And when I do manual, I like to stick within the Facebook feed. And then when I retarget my ads, I like to do the automatic placements. I'm still playing around with that. They both work, but I find the manual placements just to target the Facebook feed to work correctly. So that's pretty much it. Once you're finished, you would go through and you would then publish your ad. Uh, and I have videos on here on how you want your ad to look. This is an example of your ad. You can check around the YouTube channel. You can check around this channel to find how to create and duplicate this ad. But other than that, you just that was the point of the video was who to target and what interest to target. I showed you really quickly how to target buyers. I used this text over here, so you would just simply come to this video, type in the buyer, the interest that you want to target, and then you will follow through with your ad. So that's how you successfully target, and those are the proper interests to target with real estate, within real estate, using these interests. So I appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next video.